So for question 18, consider that a function fx equals to square root 3 cos 2x plus 2 sin 2x. So express this function in terms of r compound angle, where your r has to be a value of positive and our angle of x is between 0 and 90 degrees. And alpha to be the nearest minute, then state the maximum and minimum values for this function. So for the first step, we're going to express this in the r compound angle. So we rewrite our question, square root 3 cos 2x plus 2 sin 2x, it will equals to r cos 2x minus alpha. So as we can see here, compound angle cos A plus B will be equals to cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. So where our A here is 2x, B here is alpha. So it will become cos 2x cos alpha minus, it will become operation of plus, and then sin A, which is 2x, sin B, which is our alpha. Then we expand, it will be r cos 2x plus r sin 2x. Then we compare our terms here, where we can see our cos 2x here will be equivalent to this part, and then sin 2x will be equivalent to the part here. So the coefficient of them, they will be help us to build out our two equations. So we can see our equations here. For our first equation, the coefficient for cos 2x will be srqt. So therefore, after we compare, we can get our result where r cos alpha will be equals to srqt. That will be our first equation. And then r sin alpha will be coefficient of 2. So that will be our second equation. Then we're going to solve these two equations. So how to solve these two equations? We can use our concept of tangent, where we use equation 2 divided by equation 1, where r sin alpha we're going to divide by r cos alpha. So here will become 2 divided by srqt. So you can see here our r will be eliminated. So when we have sine over cos, it will equals to our tangent. And alpha can be solved by shift the tangent to the right hand side. It will become arctangent 2 over srqt. So we will round off to the nearest minute here. As we can see, it will equals to 49 degree and then 6 minutes. Then we continue to find our r. So in order to find our r, we can use our equation 1 square plus 2 square in order to help us to get to the identity of cos square plus sin square. So we can see when we have 1 square plus 2 square, our equation will become r square. Then we factorize out. So it will become cos square alpha from the equation 1, and then r sin square alpha. So for this r we factorize out, we can get sin square alpha only. So equals to srqt square plus 2 square. So cos square plus sin square, it will be identity. This will give us the value of 1. From here, our r square will be equals to 7. So r, they only will find for positive value. So it will equals to 7. So finally, we have managed to express our srqt cos 2x plus 2 sine 2x in terms of r compound angle cos. So we rewrite our answer where our srqt cos 2x plus 2 sine 2x, where our r is srq7 and our alpha is 49 degree 6 minutes. So from here, we have to state out what is the maximum and minimum value. So we can refer to our R value here. For our maximum value, it will be equal to srq7 times 1. So it will be equal to srq7. For minimum value, it will equal to srq7. The cos minimum value here is negative 1. So the minimum value will be negative srq7. So from here, what is very important we have to know is first, we have to know how to get these two simultaneous equations from our expression here and expansion here, and then we solve it. We have to solve it in order to find our R using identity and then concept of solving tangent to get alpha, so that our alpha must be in degree and the nearest minute. So it must be in 49 degree and then nearest minute will be 6 minutes. Then finally we answer for maximum value and minimum value. Then don't forget our expression here. So this is how we get our 7 marks. Then we continue to solve for our question B. We have to solve this expression equals to negative 2. So we have to solve this equation. So we use the part A result. We substitute our part A result where our srq3 can be expressed in the form that we get just now. It will be equals to srq7 cos 2x minus 49 degree and 6 minutes equals to negative srq2. So for every time we want to solve, it must be achieved to a format of trigo and then angle and then equals to value. Then we only can start our fourth step, where the first step it will be read about our range. Then second step our quadrant. Third step we find our basic angle, and then lastly we find our rotation of our data. So from here our equation is not in the form yet. We have to move our srq7 to the right hand side. Then only we can get a trigo, then angle, then this one is our value. Then we can start finding our range. So we can see our range here. Given that x is between 0 and 180, so you can see our questions here, our situation here, angle is no longer x. Our angle is times 2 and minus 49 degrees 6 minutes. So we have to follow the situation we have in our equations now. So when it times 2 and minus 49 degrees 6 minutes, the range here will be changed. So it will become negative 49 degrees 6 minutes. Here will be 2x minus 49 degrees 6 minutes. And our maximum range here we can up to 310 degree and 54 minutes. So we move on to our second step, quadrant. So we look at cos negative. Cos negative, it will be located in quadrant 2 or quadrant 3. Then we move on to our basic angle. Step 3, basic angle. So we will move our cos to the right hand side and become arc cos or shift cos. So remember the negative we don't take because the negative here is used for identify its quadrant. So after we identify its quadrant, we use the value only. So here is value 2 and srq2 and srq7. From here, our basic angle we can get 57 degree, and then in minutes, so we change it in minute, will be 41 minutes. So the last step here, we're going to do our rotation in order to find out what is our angle x. So here we have 2x minus 49 degrees 6 minutes. So we can start doing our rotation. Our basic angle is here, 57, 57. So from negative angle, we see here negative angle. When we're doing opposite rotation negative angle in quadrant 4, it doesn't involve any solution. Then we move on to quadrant 1. Also, it don't have in our solution. But when we move on in quadrant 2, so that is a solution for us. So in order to get this quadrant 2 answer, we need to take 180 and then minus our basic angle, which is 57 degree 41 minutes. Then continue for third quadrant. It will have a solution there. So it will be 180 plus basic angle. Then our maximum rotation will be until 310. So when we until 310 come back to quadrant 4 here, it doesn't involve any answer. So that will be our solution in quadrant 2 and quadrant 3. So last, we're going to simplify to get our x. So we'll be adding back our 49 degrees 6 minutes and then divide by 2. So we add back our 49 degree 6 minutes, we can get 171 degree 25 minutes, and then 2x6 degree 47 minutes, and then we simplify by divide by 2. That will be our answer. So when we finding our final answer here, notice that when we have the second more than 30 seconds, we'll be rounding off. So our final answer here will be 143 degree 24 minutes. Now we're going to see what is important here. So of course, the first one is we apply what we have in part 1, because the question is hence we have to apply the things in part 1. We substitute our expression here. Then we try to solve this equation. So our basic angle, finding our basic angle, and then get to the solution in the corresponding quadrant, which is quadrant 2 and quadrant 3. Then we simplify it to get to the final answer here.